Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, it's September, it's autumn, harvest season, and with harvest season, anybody who has any kind of squash or zucchini in their garden knows how massive these zucchini can grow. And now this is, I have a smaller table, but this is pretty much the full length of the table. And it probably weighs about a good 3 kilos, so about almost 6 pounds. So I'm going to cut it up, peel it, dice it, and put it into the dehydrator, and we're going to start the process of making zucchini powder. Okay, first we are going to start off, chop off the ends of the zucchini. There you go. And we are going to go ahead and cut this in half one more time because this is such a massive zucchini that it's going to take a lot longer to peel. Okay, I had to find a larger knife, but this is going to work. There we go. Here's the inside. I'm going to slice it down the center one more time. And now this knife is like not even big enough, wide enough for this half of the zucchini. And in the end, I'm going to save these seeds for next year because this was actually from a volunteer plant that came up in the garden this year. So I claimed this plant as my own. So really simple. I just take a large spoon and just peel down all the seeds. There are some massive seeds in here, so I'm going to go ahead and save them, dry them, and save them for next year. And I seem to notice that the lighting is getting in the way with the camera. You get the point of it. So one is cleaned out. And so this doesn't take a lot of work. Most of you know how to clean a zucchini. The longest part is putting it in the dehydrator, and it's going to dry for almost 2 days. I'm just going to keep on cleaning out the centers. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and get these peeled. Okay, so these are about the max thickness you want for the slices. You can slice them a little bit thinner, but either way they'll dry out. Here we go. Now we're going to put them in the food dehydrator. Here we go. We are dehydrating. So these zucchinis were so large that only one zucchini filled up 2 dehydrators. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one started. And temperature I put it on the lowest setting possible, 50 degrees Celsius, and for the highest time that it allows me. I think the other one was 12 hours, so here we go. And about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, these things are going to start beeping. We're going to come back, check on them, see if they're crispy. If not, they're going to cook for another, not cook, but dry for another 5 hours or so until they're crispy like a potato chip. Then they will be ready. Okay, it has been a day and a half, and I did have to turn the dehydrators on back a couple of times, but it needs to be really, really crispy so they break apart. So I'm going to collect all of these bits and pieces and put them into the food mixer. Okay, so now all these dry bits are going to go into the food processor, and I have another set ready to go, but since these are fresh, I'm going to put the dry ones in first because you want the food processor dry. You do not want any moisture. And so they have to be crispy like a potato chip. So, and this is still one whole zucchini. It's this same amount from yesterday's. So if you think that's a little bit full, but you know what, it will work. And so you just keep on pulverizing it until it becomes a fine powder. After a few minutes of pulverizing, here we go, powdered zucchini. So, and many people have already asked, what do I use this for? I sprinkle it on top of roasted vegetables before I put it into the oven. I sprinkle it on top of meats before it gets baked. It gets put into soups, pretty much everything. And any dessert that calls for zucchini, just put a tablespoon or tablespoon, depending on, max is 1 tablespoon for dessert recipes. So there you go. This is how you make zucchini powder. So best way to store it after the mixture is into crumbs. Just put it into a glass container. And of course, always use a funnel because, you know, powdered stuff gets all over the place. So since this zucchini was so large, I had to do it 2 times. There we go. So there you go. One massive zucchini fills up a little more than half a jar, which is this one is a 500 milliliter jar. So there we go. Fresh zucchini powder for all winter and no waste and no spoilage. So that is the best part.